Teaching number 168. Watch and quench your thirst in my love, leave your weariness behind, travelers. I bring you a gift in my word, which is a teaching for you. If you come before me naked of merits, I am pleased to entrust you with responsibilities within my work, so that you may feel like children of the Lord and brothers of all men. Your gifts, being attributes innate to the Spirit, will manifest in an unknown way for this humanity, and no one will be able to tell you that you have stolen or usurped them. Later, this people will be considered as the forerunner of the time of spirituality. A legion of spiritual beings has been sent to your aid, so that one and the other may join in this mission. Those beings will give you courage, they will inspire you, and they will lift you up when you stumble, and when your path is invaded by beings in darkness, they will indicate the way to make light, that illuminates them and frees them from their confusion. The light of your guardians will illuminate you so that you can contemplate the path and discover the traps. Study and understand so that you can practice my teaching with purity, and no one will confuse you with false lessons, which have been taken from the spiritual to create sciences, doctrines, and philosophies. You will see yourselves among prepared men, you will be interrogated and put to the test, and your spirit will not lose heart, because in your struggle you will feel accompanied by my charity. Understand that you have to be jealous of this jewel that I have deposited in your spirit, which you will not mix with superfluous knowledge, nor will you exchange it for material rewards. The time is coming when every eye must be prepared to contemplate my presence, then you will arise as my emissaries, testifying the way in which I come to communicate with you, to awaken every spirit from its lethargy. You will be the prophets who announce to the world the tests that are to come and the era that will precede those events. Do you see this humanity selfishly occupied in the satisfactions that human life provides them without concern for the future of their spirit? Truly I tell you that deep down they need love, and that the delicacy that has waited for them on my table for so long will be the food for those who had previously viewed it with indifference. Persevere until the end, disciples, do not be sad if you come to me despised by your brothers. I will compensate your faith, and I will do you justice so that in the end, your face will light up with the smile of triumph. The light will be made, the darkness will dissipate, and the restoration will begin, so that on foundations of peace and justice the temple will be built in which humanity honors its Creator, with a life that is a worship of love, spirituality, and respect for the laws that the Father dictated for His children. The light of my Spirit is with you, you do not look at it with the eyes of matter, but you feel it shine in your understanding. The Spirit of the Father is invisible, but manifests in an infinity of forms. The entire universe is just a material manifestation of divinity. Everything created is a reflection of the truth. I have surrounded the existence of the spirits, who are children of my divinity, according to the homes in which they live, in a series of forms in which I have placed wisdom, beauty, essence, and good sense, to give each one of those dwellings the most palpable proof of my existence and an idea of my power. I point out to you that the essence of life consists in loving, in knowing, in possessing the truth. I tell you that those who do not love, do not manifest their love in the highest form and with absolute purity, he will lack true knowledge, and very little will be what he possesses. On the other hand, the one who loves with all his spirit and with all the powers with which he has been endowed, he will carry within himself the light of wisdom and will feel that he is really the owner of everything that surrounds him, because what the Father possesses, it is also the property of his children. I am clarifying what I told you in the second era and that you did not understand. I am revealing to you in the clearest way, according to the current elevation of your spirit, what I did not tell you then. On one occasion I spoke to the crowds who were listening to me. I still have many things to tell you, but for now I will not tell you, because you would not understand them. Now that my voice is being heard in the world again, I tell you, this is the time when you will be able to understand what I kept quiet about then. Listen and analyze. The Father is Creator, He is the source of all truth and of all life, but to recreate Himself in His work, He needed the existence of beings who had a spirit, who enjoyed with Him all that flowed from His divine charity. That they also had full knowledge of their existence, that they knew how to receive the love of their Father and that they knew how to love Him. I have already explained to you what has been the cause that has distanced humanity from the fulfillment of the law of love to which I subjected it, despite the fact that man is illuminated by the light of his conscience. I have also told you that this deviation that has caused so many human errors and sins, made the Father send His Word to the world, to give you the greatest proof of His infinite love by becoming man and teaching you the path that can lead you to deserve your salvation. Now, many centuries away from those events, I tell you that, despite having shed my blood for all humanity, only those who have taken the path that Jesus came to teach you have managed to achieve their salvation, while all those who have persisted in ignorance, in their fanaticism, in their errors or in sin, are not yet safe. I told you that if I became a man 1,000 times and died on the cross 1,000 times, as long as humanity does not rise up to follow me, it will not have achieved its salvation. It is not my cross that must save you, but yours. I carried mine on my back and in it I expired as a man, and from that moment I was in the bosom of the Father. You must imitate me in meekness and love, carrying your cross with true humility until you reach the end of your mission to also become like your Father. The ideal of many is to get to know God, but that ideal has not been realized, because they have not been able to seek me where I truly live, in the Spirit. To recognize me, it is necessary that they first know themselves. Today I come to help all my children. I will help some with their cross so that they can soon climb the mountain on whose summit their Father awaits them. To others, I will open their pupils and I will give them clarity and clairvoyance so that they contemplate me, and to others I will teach them to penetrate their interior so that in the most sublime of their being they find an inheritance that they previously did not dream of possessing. Then many of the ideals will come to fruition and harmony will shine forth in all who are of good will. The divine light will become fully realized in the spirits that do not present resistance to the knowledge of the truth. Do not be surprised that I have told you that it is your cross that must save you, because with this I have wanted to tell you that I deposited with my divine examples a Redeemer in each one of the hearts, so that He could guide your steps and in the end redeem you. Hear my voice in your conscience and tell me if my word has not vibrated in it throughout your existence and if that radiance is not felt more in the moments when the test comes to you. I would lack justice and perfection if I took you to my kingdom stained, without your spirit arriving purified by your restitution. What merits would there be in you, if by my sacrifice alone you had obtained all the glory? I tell you this, to make you meditate, to come out of your lethargy, to come to me, who is constantly calling you. Come, chosen people, and rest your weary brows. Now, as always, I offer you my love. Open your heart and let me heal the wound that has made you suffer for a long time, without your brothers noticing it. Why do you fear the future, if you know that I am close to you? I look inside you and I know that you still weaken in trials and call Elijah and me, the Master, with anguish, because you feel that you are perishing, and I tell you that I will not let you fall, that Elijah is a strong staff that sustains you, that I have indicated a just destiny to each one of my children, and that the trials will forge your spirit and bring it closer to me. I am beyond time and give you of this treasure to take for your spiritual elevation. I am your teacher who teaches you in all the moments of your life. The destiny of man is not to suffer. I have not sent you to suffer, but to perfect yourselves to reach me. I have made my will known to you at all times. In this third, I am teaching you as I had promised. You have come from different places on earth to hear my word, overcoming the obstacles that stood in your way. Your love has been greater than the barriers that you have found in your path and you have come out ahead in your fight. Today you thank me for what I have granted you and in my love you feel safe. I have encouraged you because you have believed and persevered in my teaching. You have recognized that the world will not be able to give you peace and you turn away from it, to consecrate this time to the study of my word. Feel my peace and the freshness of the tree. This house is not the tree that I am talking about, but my spirit full of mercy and love for all my children. And how many times you, thinking that there are many hungry and naked for this grace, you cry and pain overwhelms your heart. But I tell you, if you want my word to reach all your brothers, prepare yourselves and be messengers of goodwill. I tell you that everyone will be saved, that not a single spirit will be lost and that some in this world and others in different valleys will love and recognize me. The world for its disobedience, makes my spirit sad. Even the people who have heard me are going to weaken, and I do not want this time of complacency to be followed by another of pain. If after I have spoken to you, you seek for your recreation teachings with flowery language and you despise my word because it is simple, it will be because you have not analyzed it, because you have not understood the lesson that teaches you everything you need to live within my laws and reveals to you the mysteries, in which man has not managed to penetrate. You have felt the duty to pray and help not only your material brothers, but also those who live in other regions, and your love has reached them. You do not know how much consolation those forgotten beings have received. They have recognized my servants of this time in your love and intercession. I have not come to surprise the world with new teachings. Everything that I teach you today, I had announced to you since the beginning of time. I have prepared you to receive my word, which I deliver to you through the spokesman, and later from spirit to spirit. Then you will truly know me. When communicated with me you receive the essence of this fruit of life. And those who have judged this manifestation imperfect, will know that it has been the first step for the Father's communication with his children, and they will see it as just and perfect. You give thanks to me and your mother, for the benefits that she has lavished on you. She is your guide, supporter of the maidens, cultivator of the hearts of children, and strength for men in their struggle. Open your heart and let me be in it. Come in pursuit of my deeply imprinted footprint, so that you will never lose yourselves. I want you also to leave a deep mark of your step. From any point where you are, you will be able to see the top of the mountain, as the goal of your destiny. Raise your gaze so that you contemplate it and do not deviate from the path. I am giving you to eat in the desert, a bread that I promised you in times past. You have finally reached the tree you were looking for. I am the tree, who was waiting for you, to give you shade and offer you my fruits. The eyes of your spirit have been opened, you are contemplating wonders and truths. Blessed are you who, eating this bread, think of those who have not yet tasted it. Pray for them, but do not be distressed, because the hand of Elijah will also take them, to carry them on his shoulders as if they were sheep. Here are my arms like a cradle, where your spirit will grow under my advice and also under the care of Mary, your heavenly mother. It is necessary that your heart be sensitive and that tenderness nestled in your spirit, so that you can carry out the mission that I have assigned to you. Note that this mission is not limited to bringing consolation to those who suffer on earth, but you will also have to penetrate through prayer into the invisible region, in the beyond, where there is also pain, misery, and embarrassment, so that you give to those who form multitudes of needy people and who expect so much from you, a little charity and love in their expiation. Feel them close when you pray for them, make their pain yours, love them without misgivings, without repugnance, because they have not ceased to be my children, nor have they ceased to be your brothers, only because they are tainted. At this time you will see your gifts and faculties unfold. The light of the sixth seal illuminates you, and the light of the seventh will illuminate the entire earth at the end of your evolution. From one revelation to another, I've always let some time pass. You cannot say that my revelation in this age came to surprise you, or that you are not qualified to understand it. See that now I am preparing you and speaking through human understanding, then you will have to seek your communication with my spirit through yours, then it will be the time of my new and great prodigies. Why do I talk to you like this? Because I want you to get used to the idea that this word will stop being heard and you will have to spiritualize yourselves to be strong. These demonstrations through the spokesman will cease, and then there will be sadness in my people, and those who doubted the spokesman the most and hurt him the most, will be the ones who cry the most. Later you will know me better. Then you will understand that I came to put you at the beginning of a path, using myself to express my will to you, in a human way, as one more rung on the ladder of your spiritual improvement. I wanted the voice of Mary to be heard also in this form, so that hearing her sweet word, the Marian people would continue to be the ones who, without offering her the flowers from the orchards that you cultivate on earth, knew how to pick in the valleys and in the gardens. Of the heart and of the spirit, the fragrant flowers that virtue cultivates, to dedicate to them. There is no aroma better than the one that rises from the heart, because it will reach the heart of your mother. Mary is a beacon of material light. Blessed is he who never loses hope of anchoring, illuminated by that beacon of salvation. Come, beloved disciples, to receive the spiritual baptism. You felt dead in the spirit, but you have risen. I have told you a lot about the gifts of the Spirit, because this is the time in which you have come and what future awaits you. This knowledge has been enlightening your understanding, because even when your memory will not be able to retain all my words, your spirit does keep the essence of them, and when the time comes it remembers them in the mind with the clarity with which they were heard. That is why you are responsible for everything I am giving you. Sometimes you think you do not possess or remember any of my teachings, making your heart feel weak to fight. But the Master asks you, what is the fruit of the seed that I have deposited in you? All the works you do inspired by my teaching, the joy you feel knowing that you are touched by my grace, and the perseverance in the struggle of those who walk the paths shedding the light of truth. I want you to get up like this, that my word flourishes and bears fruit in everyone. Not only do I expect this from you. On earth there are those who await the resurgence of my emissaries and apostles, and also in the spiritual valley there are beings who anxiously await your fulfillment in my law, because the spiritual realm seeks affinity and harmony with the material world, affection approaches some, pain approaches others, and the light of consciousness approaches many. They are close, and your faith will contribute to more light in those who need it and more joy in those who love you. The true spiritualist will know how to elevate himself every day for the benefit of the spiritual realm. My teaching comes to shed light on understandings, but do not be surprised by the way in which I have come to you at this time. Do not confuse or familiarize yourselves. When my divine light reaches the understanding of the man who serves as my spokesman, it is limited in vibrations that translate into words of wisdom and love. How many rungs of the ladder does my spirit have to descend to reach you in that way? And I have even had to send you to my spiritual realm so that I can give you an extensive explanation of my teachings. Do not judge the spokesperson too harshly, because every human being is fallible and is far from perfection, but if you want to judge the meaning or essence of the word that his lips spill, do so, because there you will find my presence, my perfection. The essence, flavor or substance of this word are the same as the word that Jesus gave you in the second era. The form may vary, depending on the preparation and inspiration of the spokesperson, but not the essence. The mind of man is limited and only manages to rise to a certain degree. My divinity has to descend to that point for love of you to establish this communication between man and God. This time had to come, because spiritual evolution does not stop, except for the Master in his lessons. That is why I ask my servants for regeneration and clarity, because if the minds of those for whom I speak to you were not clean, communication would be imperfect. Reject all imperfection, so that you do not come to have doubts or confusion, because my disciples must see clearly what others see in darkness. My loving word is the key with which your heart is opened. I have sent your spirit to earth, not to endure a punishment but to fulfill an atonement. But that expiation will not be painful if you take up the cross of love towards your fellow men, and with it you climb to the summit, where the love of your Father awaits you. If you feared exile, or the punishment of eternal fire for your faults, you were in error. When you only expected to hurry up the bitterness of restitution, I sent you into the world to allow you to listen to my word and thus become fishermen of spirits. How different will your spirits return to the beyond than they came the last time? They came contrite, fearful, empty of merit. Now they will be able to return smiling, and their elevation will be able to take them to the light of my kingdom. Who would dare to exchange this cross of love for the heavy burden of pain that disobedience produces? To how many have I entrusted the position of guide so that they raise the fruits that they did not harvest in other lives? Could any of them say that they conquered this place with their merits? This mission is so delicate and lofty that only my love could deliver it. Take this time as if it were the last opportunity to reach me, so that you strive to fulfill your mission. Work selflessly, without expecting reward in this world for your services to humanity, because it would be painful for your spirit after your journey to arrive in the presence of your Father and see that your work was sterile. Make your works worthy of imitation, then you can justly be compared to a clean mirror, in which your brothers can contemplate themselves and correct their defects. Already in other lives your spirit consecrated its existence to the enjoyment of earthly pleasures. Now, consecrate part of your time to the fulfillment of your spiritual duties. With it your spirit will rise without you having to abandon your human duties. Who were you before this life, who are you in the present, and who will you be in the future? These are the mysteries that only the divine judge can know. For now it should be enough for you to understand the true meaning of the law of reincarnation that I have revealed to you as a supreme truth. My peace be with you.